Hello everyone, this is Arpita. Welcome to my channel.
In this video, we are going to learn about 8 important DAX functions in Power BI, and it will be very useful for any beginner. If you want to download this code, please check the GitHub link and I will mention this GitHub link in the video description. Let's go to the Power BI desktop. We are in Power BI desktop and I have used the sample superstore data for this explanation. If you want this data set, please check the GitHub link and you can get the data, then you can download it and you can use it for your own learning purpose. So first we will learn these four important DAX function which we are normally using to provide some summarizing the data, aggregating the data or grouping the data. The sum, average and distinct count and count. So when you are going to use the sum, for example in the superstore data I have some cells field. Okay, so by default it will have some summation or aggregation will be there. However, if you want to create the total cells value, for that purpose you need to use this sum within that bracket the cells of value. Okay, so this will be our sum as a aggregated function or the DAX function. Now if you want to see the average cells, for that purpose also you can use this average function, that will be very useful for your report. What else we have? This distinct count. For example, if you want to display the distinct product count, something like that, then what will be useful for that? For example, unique product count. Okay, then you have to use the distinct count, because if you use the count function only, then it will not provide you the distinct count product count. For that reason you need to use the distinct count. Okay, then why we need this count function? For example, I have this order id and corresponding this order id we have this row id. Okay, in this data set we have something called row id. Row id is nothing but the distinct identification for each row. For example, if you see for this particular order we have multiple rows. Okay, for example this two, let's click on this one. Okay, and here you can see we have this count. So in this scenario you can use this count aggregation function, okay, or count distinct DAX function. However, if you here also I have used the visualization summarization rule. However, you can create the same stuff with the DAX itself. For example, just right click, new measure, and let's count of rows, something like that. Okay, so then you can use the count of this row id. Okay, just save it, and if you want to use it here itself in the same report, just drag and drop. See, we are having the same data set. Okay, so here we learn the four function. What else we have? If I go to this the next page, here we are looking for some two text related functions, that is for if and switch. Now what is the difference between? For example, I'm creating one top order category. Okay, so we have this row id and the order id. Now based on some sales value I want to find out which all the orders are the high range order or the below range. So here in this case I have only two conditions, so here I can use the if condition here. But what else if we have some multiple condition? What will happen? Can we use the if clause or switch clause? Let's see. Here I've created another one. So here also I've used the if clause here, the if DAX function. However, if you see here I have some nested if, so it will be very difficult to read, and obviously if we have some more validation, then how will we do that one? For that purpose I have used switch function. So switch function when we are going to use, when we have to provide some more condition, we have to display some more conditions, more validation based on some data set. So for that purpose, this switch function is very useful. So it will be as a your text value display, something like that, or you can use some numeric value. Okay, so based on your scenario, you have to think about whether you are going for if or switch. In this case, I'm using the switch. However, if you see the side by side I'm displaying here, so that it will be very easy to validate which whether my condition is working fine or not. Okay, I hope you understand when you need to use this if or switch. Let's go to the calculate and filter. Calculate and filter, that is very important whenever we are trying to display some data in a filtered way. Okay, so let's see what else we have in the calculator. Here, I've created this DAX form measure using our calculate. Okay, so here calculate is one kind of a filtered function, you can say that one. Okay, and here I am using the calculate. Within that calculate, we have the sum of the sales value and where the SIP mode is first class. Okay, here in the report, you can see that I have selected the SIP mode category, then the product category, then the total sales, and this first class sales value. So that means it will display the first class sales value for the corresponding category. Okay, so if you see, it is always repeating the same value. For this first class, we have this 110, 110 these values, and it is again repeating the same value. But if we want to display in this way, then what we can do? We need to go to this DAX measure, and where you need to use the filter function. Here is the difference. Using the calculate function, your data will be repeated, your data will be filtered, but the it is in display, it will be always repeated in the row, say, in your rows. Okay, however, if you want to display the data only for this particular row and the other should be blank, then for that purpose you need to use the filter function within that your text measure. So here filter function cannot be stand alone, we need this some other function help. So here I'm using this calculate, then the sum of the sales value, and filter with filter on this table name, then the ship mode and the first class. So here is the difference, my data is not repetitive. Okay, so what all the functions you have learned from this video? First is your sum, average, distinct count and count. Then you have this if and switch function. Then you have this calculate and filter function. So these are some 8 most important function in your DAX, for your in DAX, and which you can use in your Power BI desktop. Okay.
I hope you like this video. Please subscribe to my channel and provide your comment, and please share with your friends and colleagues. Thank you. Thanks for watching.